Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's Season 2, Episode 4, and today you can see we're still at Kettering, and as promised is a big one against Hereford in the National League North, a side that are chasing a playoff spot. We'll look at how we're getting on in a moment, because I don't want to give you any spoilers, but we're starting on the scream of William Hartshorn, who's been a revelation since we've changed to a back four. He's really improving, and he did pop up in our other series with Dorking. He featured in an episode for our opponents in a crucial game towards the end of Season 3, and he'd become a really good player in that one. In this one he's starting to develop that way as well. He's had a new lease of life since our new formation. And the most exciting thing today is we've even got a couple of transfers to look at. We've been waiting 3 months, it's just come at the right time, though unfortunately we've got an injury or two as well. So we'll look at all that in a moment, as well as how we're getting on. But firstly, a massive thank you to everyone who continues to follow the series. I really do appreciate your support, and can't thank you enough for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate you following along with my antics. We've got 2 long-term stories every day. This one, the head coach, and then our Dorking Wanderer story as well. So if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content. If you're enjoying this series, then please put a thumbs up on the video. And if you missed anything so far and don't want any spoilers, then you can catch up from the start with a playlist in the eye above. But let's go and have a look at how we're getting on. William Hartshorn's certainly doing well. His rating's even up to a 6.75 now, and you can see his progress chart from training's really improving. In just 1 month he's made such a difference. He really is improving across the board, and he's starting to look like a complete centre half, and it's probably influenced our upturn in form. We've just made it into the top half, and we're in the back of successive comfortable wins. It really is impressive. Despite having an injury up front, we're managing to do a pretty good job there. We're into 12th place despite getting rejected for loads of jobs. Unfortunately, we've not been successful in any of our applications. We've been going for jobs at this level, the level above, and the League 2 ones as well. We've also gone for some in Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, not managed to get any of them, and we had a couple in Eastern Europe as well, but we haven't yet been offered an interview for any. But we're in the top half now and just 4 points off the playoffs, and if we can sign 2 or 3 more, I might even be confident of challenging. After getting through this first part of the season, thankfully without too many injuries, we've been able to really improve now, and we've got a debutant coming in for today. We've got one player who signed a couple of weeks ago. He looks like an absolute superstar as well. So once these guys get fit, they should become stalwarts for us, and our director of football seems to have changed approach now, which really seems to be working for our signings. So we're now 11 points clear of the relegation battle, and probably don't have to worry about that too much. We've got a positive goal difference for the first time this year, and we're now just 4 points off the top 7. I really can't wait to get going in the next few weeks. We've come for our stickiest spell of the season in form. So let's go and have a look at the transfers. Of course, the most exciting part of this story. We have had one more reject us, but generally our director of football's targeting less wanted players now. So he's brought in a free transfer who didn't have any other interest in him, and a lone player at right back at last, a position we've needed since we joined the club, but again he was one who wasn't wanted by other teams, so that was the difference between him and the others that have rejected us. So first was Ollie McCoy. He joined us a couple of weeks back, a right winger on a free transfer. The former Maidenhead and Birmingham youngsters, 4-star ability, 5-star potential, a brilliant right winger out there. He's got pace to burn, he can dribble, not terrible crossing either, and he works pretty hard, which is going to help us defensively, and you can see how much of an impact he's had already. 4 stars, 2 goals, 2 assists, hasn't even reached full match fitness yet, so when that happens I think he's going to be absolutely amazing, though it does worry me his deal's only till the end of this year. So let's just see if we can sneak into the playoffs, or even just stay in the top half, and if we overachieve we'll be more desirable to new jobs, and hopefully we'll be able to get ourselves a few interviews. But a really good signing that, and then just yesterday in fact we've signed a right back, Ziad Al-Ayouni I think that is, from Lincoln on loan for the rest of the season, an 18-year-old English right back who can also cover at centre half, 3-star ability, 5-star potential, and he'll be coming straight into the first team. Likes to get forward whenever possible, decent tackling and marking as well, and physically he's really solid across the board, so I think he's going to be a special player for us too. I'm really so excited by those 2 coming in, and the fact that we haven't sold anyone else either, though we have had an injury to Ronaldo Pearson for the last month, but with the right winger McCoy signing, we've been able to put Daniel and T up front, so there's not too many problems at the moment, and when we get Pearson back we'll obviously be in even better shape. He's starting to get back to fitness now, just 2 more weeks recovering from sprained ankle ligaments. But overall, those last couple of weeks have really started to get me infused again. I was looking desperately to leave before, but now I'm in and in. We're still in for a couple of jobs. I'm not sure that we've got any chance of them, especially based on what's been happening recently. I imagine we'll just be rejected straight away. We've managed to fill all of our coaching posts now. Our director of football's been busy doing that. And let me just see if there's any more jobs pending. There is Solihull Moors in the National League, and then a couple of League 2 jobs we haven't heard back from. They've been going a while, so I doubt we'll get anything there. They're a little bit too high reputation for us, and even the likes of Concord have rejected us. But we're in good shape at the moment. We've got a few more players that we'd like to get in, but of course we can't do anything about that. Our director of football's still in charge there. But what that loan signing means yesterday is that we can start to relegate some of these under-18s again, let them go back and develop properly. So Adam Jaram, the awful tackling defender, he'll drop back into the 18s for now, and then when Pearson comes back we'll drop Mazzaro as well. A one-star ability shouldn't really be here. But finally some positivity, and let's look at the recent results as well. We actually come into this one off the back of our worst run of the season, followed by 3 brilliant performances. So you were with me last time as we beat Telford at home, a wonderful result and surprise in the National League. We followed that up with an extra time win away at Warrington, the young side doing us proud again. But we did have to rely on James Morris coming off the bench. He's been an absolute superstar all month. We lost 1-0 to Southport away from home. We defended as strongly as possible, but we just weren't able to make it. And then at home to Curzon Ashton we got a 1-1 draw, James Morris again getting a goal for us. Away to York in the FA Cup, the young side beaten again, Massaro and Bunting with the goals for us. And then away to Spennymoor we lost yet again, despite a late consolation from Daniel and T. But the last 3 performances have been absolutely remarkable. 3-1 win away at Bradford Park Avenue, James Morris with a brace and Daniel and T before half time, a late consolation for the home side, and then we followed it up with 2 comfortable 3-0 wins. You could even say we were comprehensive in our performances. Ollie McCoy with his first for the club and a James Morris brace as well. And then against Kings Lynn, almost exactly the same. Daniel and T instead of one of Morris's goals. But brilliant performances. We're getting crowds through the gate again, and we're starting to look like a proper National League North side. And I think we could compete for the top half this year, especially if we can get 1 or 2 more signings in. So please, director of football, do that. You've still got plenty of money to spend. 12 grand transfer budget, about 3.5 left on the wage bill, 3,400 basically, so he's got plenty of manoeuvring room and we just need some magic. He's been trying to sign a right back for 2 months, so I'm interested to see what he does now he's got that. We'll update on that in the next episode, as I think we probably will still be at Kettering now, and we'll decide when that's going to be after this episode, as we've got a massive game to play against Hereford. Our 3rd home game in a week, and a chance for us to win 4 on the bounce for the first time probably since we've joined the club. I can't remember ever doing it before, or having this enthusiasm for Kettering Town. It really has been brilliant the turnaround here, and the new signings have given me a new lease of life. We're slight favourites for this Hereford game despite the injury to Pearson, Hereford missing a couple of players themselves, and we're going to go for pretty much the same 11, but I am of course going to bring Oyuni in. He looks like a good player and he is match fit, so he's going to replace Vidal in the lineup. It means we can take one of the centre halves off the bench. Harry Philby will be replaced by Vidal, and he just gives us a little bit more depth on the bench too, although we're still missing a good attacking substitute, something that will happen once Pearson is back to fitness. But our lineup today based on all of that is Manny Idem in goal, Aliuni making his debut at right back with Joe Scars over on the left, Williams and Hartshorn combined in the middle, Lundstrom and Kennedy in central midfield, Carter still playing out on the left. If there's one more position I'd like to be improved, that would certainly be the one. And then Ollie McCoy, the new signing, over on the right wing, with James Morris the free scoring striker, alongside Daniel and T up front. Morris now has 16 goals in all competitions, 13 in 22 in the league. He's starting to look like a real threat here, as we're adapting to the new tactic. We're playing well. We've been playing it about a month and a half now, and it really is starting to work out nicely, and we're starting to get on top in games too, and let's hope we can continue that against Hereford today. Well, here we go, 4-3-3 for Hereford, a formation we've not played much recently actually. Is that Stephen Dawson in central midfield? The old Bury skipper? It is, at 34 years of age now, very aggressive in the middle, and we're going to have to work very hard to stop him, but we're going to tell the lads to pick up where they left off, as the last couple of performances have been sensational. So let's get into the first half. We've got the kick-off with James Morris, and fingers crossed we'll be able to put in a good display. I hope the lads don't get camera shy in this one. Of course, last time out against Telford, we produced an unbelievable unbelievable performance, so I'm hoping we'll do the same today as Hartshorn goes long to Morris, and T tries to run onto it but it's cleared long downfield, and the assistant referee's flags up. Unfortunately, James Morris was offside. 2 minutes gone and we're back with another highlight. Hereford going long from a goal kick, and he's knocked down by Lundstrom. He's improving as well. Morris has picked it up on the left hand side. His through ball's not great though, and Williams has to clear, and now Lundstrom brings it down for Kennedy. Over the top on the right hand side to McCoy. Can the new signing produce some magic? Into the box. It's a dangerous ball, but it's cleared away well by the away side. Hughes bringing it forward for them on the counter, and T intercepts high up the pitch, and that's the benefit of having that target man on support. They just nick in and get it off the midfield. Morris into the box, headed down as far as T. He goes back to Carter who shoots. It's comfortable, it's a pretty feeble effort, but nonetheless good to get a shot on target. 5 gone, we've had the better start, and now we've got a corner with Joe Scars. An in-swinging delivery to the back post, and T gets up but can't win the header. Kennedy picks it up on the edge of the box. He goes back to Carter again. He's got a couple up, his shot's blocked though. Dawson hacks it away as mentioned before game. A real experienced pro in the middle there, and he knows when he needs to clear the danger. Nearly 10 minutes gone, we're certainly on top. Hopefully we'll be able to make that dominance count soon. Well, 1 minute to half time, we've not had a highlight for a while. We came back as we were about to take a throw in and they didn't even show it in the end. At half time, it's been a pretty nothing game. Certainly not like our last couple of performances. We're going to tell the lads to keep going. They can get a win out of this one. The Hereford have had a couple of shots off camera as well, so it looks like a pretty even game now. Maybe we'll have to make some changes to try and get back into it. Well, 5 minutes into the second half, and now Alman's picked it up on the left for Hereford. A bit of a weird time to come back as it's into Finn at the back post, but headed away well by the experienced Scars, and Carter picks it up on the left of midfield. Long ball forward, but Nt's not going to get there. Might get on the end of this though. An awful touch by the centre half, and Nt's in one-on-one. Not much composure usually. This shot's blocked back to McCoy. His one's blocked, and again. Third one into the box and cleared behind. A chance there with an open goal, but brilliant defending from Hereford. They were throwing their bodies on the line as Nt took advantage of an error at the back, and now the right back's taking a corner. The new signing must have a very good rating. Long downfield, the clearance from Hereford, and we've had another good chance to take the lead in this match. Well, nearly at the hour mark, it's a throw-in for the right back again. He finds Lundstrom in central midfield. It's deflected back to him at the byline. Can he get it in? Carter's there at the back stick. I almost forgot his name as he headed it against the bar. And it goes over with an hour gone. It remains goalless here at Kettering. We're going to have to think about changes in a moment, particularly the young right back. He wasn't too fit ahead of this game, so we will get Vidal on for the last quarter. Good to get him making a debut though, and good to see him performing pretty decently. And we'll give it 5 more before bringing the rest on, as there's not really much other quality on the bench. Well, 15 to go. It's been a really quiet game. Carter's really struggling for fitness on the left, so we're going to do something we've done quite a few times. Mitford will come on and move forward a bit. He'll be an inverted winger on support, and hopefully it gives us that extra attacking impetus. Let's get back into the last 15 or so, and if we go one up, we can make a time-wasting sub. Well, apologies for the slight jump cut mid-highlight. Unfortunately, the postman picked the worst time to knock, but we're back with Marvin McCoy on the edge of the box, so let's see what he can produce. Coming in and shoots, it's blocked. Into Nt, his shot blocked as well. Back to Mitford, he goes for goal. Just over the bar from the substitute. We're huffing and puffing but just can't find that goal, and to be honest we're missing the target with most of our efforts. Have we got any subs left that can make a difference? Kennedy's having a poor game in the middle, so Scarisbrick's going to come on again. For a player of his quality, he's made so many appearances this season. We've just got no other options in central midfield, so I've no choice but to bring him on. So he's going to come on for the last 8 minutes just to freshen things up, but as I say that, Hereford creating a rare attack. Scars having to clear down the left hand side. He's picked up at right back from Hereford. With the ball forward into midfield. Smith picks it up and goes wide to Finn. He's got a chance to cut inside. Scars tries to clip him but can't quite get enough on it, but he shouldn't have bothered if that was the shot they were going for. Skies it miles wide from 30 or 40 yards. A pathetic solo effort. He really should learn to pass. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. I'm not sure it's going to be our day. We will go attacking just to try and nick a goal, as we're forward with a corner here for Scars. Out to Hartshorn, he volleys. Oh, what a goal! William Hartshorn, we focused on him pre-match. What an unbelievable strike from the centre half. He's certainly been improving defensively, but he has not done that at any stage this season. We're going to go to our time wasting immediately, drop to a balanced mentality, and for the last 3 minutes of stoppage time, we're going to go as defensive as possible. We're also going to drop back our fullback. Joe Scars will go on to a defensive duty. I cannot believe he scored a goal like that. That is absolutely remarkable from from the centre half. He's got a decent finishing and long shots rating to be fair, but we've never seen anything like that, and when we needed a moment of magic and inspiration, we've relied on a lone young star to do it. His scars down the left hand side to Mitford. Can we put a bit of gloss on it now? A chance to cross is the final chance. The goalkeeper gathers well. Morris was trying to put a bit of pressure on him, but it looks like on a rare occasion he's not going to score. Long ball downfield by Hereford, won by Scars, but it's fallen to Reece Deitch. He puts it to Smith on the edge of the box. He's in, he's got a chance to shoot, but he's hacked away by Williams. Defending for their lives, brilliant work, and Daniel and T can bring it away. We've got a 3-on-3, McCoy's on the right, Morris is in the middle if he can find him. He tries to cross, but it's blocked, and now Hereford can bring it away down the left. A bit of a topsy-turvy finish, but we nick it with that wonder strike late on. William Hartshorn, we've got to go and look at it again. That is one of the best finishes we've seen all season. Out to the edge on a half volley, first time into the top corner. That is absolutely brilliant, and it's 4 successive wins in the National League North. Are we going to be able to compete for the playoffs? Remarkably considering the start of the season. We stay in 12th, but just a point off 7th now, and we're really starting to look like a proper dominant force. It wasn't our best performance today by any means, but we still managed to nick the victory, and we're improving the squad all the time now. So if our director of football can capitalise and get 2 or 3 more quality players in, I'll really start to believe it's possible, as these young players are improving enormously. Our defensive work's excellent and Hartshorn's happy. Who would have thought he'd be the hero with a goal like that? Maybe a late header from a corner, but a thunderous half volley from the edge of the box. I'm sure we won't see that in his time at the club again. A brilliant result, a brilliant performance, a fantastic way to finish the game, and we stay in the top half of the National League, and there's a big gap down now to the relegation battle. Another wonderful moment. Let's see if anyone else has been sacked. Any other jobs worth going for at the moment? Only 2-star ones we've already been rejected for. Oldham and Bohemians have both rejected us. There's no point us going for them roles. But a brilliant day at the office. It didn't look like it was going to be so for a while, and with Rolando Pearson coming back soon, it means we'll have a bit more strength in depth on the bench as well. We've got a really big month coming up now. Lowly Lowestoft in the next game away from home. They're in a relegation zone, and then Boston United in the bottom half at home. One of the sides that rejected shortlisting us, so it'd be lovely if we could go and beat them. Merthyr are down there in that relegation scrap as well, and then we've got some big games coming up over Christmas. So let's have a look at York, Chorley and Alfreton, see which one might be the best game. I mean, all of them are in the playoffs, so we could show any of them. I think we'll probably do the last one just to give a bit of a gap. So we'll be back to face Chorley on the 28th of December. We've got a few pretty decent games in January as well, so we'll come back at some point over the next 6 or 8 weeks. I just want to make sure we've got some signings by then. I'm hoping our director of football will focus on other positions now. I think Carter's the real weakness left in the team, so a left midfielder or winger would be great. And if we could get a central midfielder to replace Kennedy, it would just give us a little more strength in depth. But a fantastic episode yet again. We're on a bit of a roll with this Kettering side. We owe it to the young lads who scrapped to get those points at the start of the season. It wasn't entertaining and we weren't enjoying it that much, but those lads have set the springboard for this season. If we'd got these new lads in when we were in the bottom 4, we probably would have been under a bit of pressure anyway, but they kept our heads above the water despite a lack of quality, and now we're able to capitalise on it fully. So if you did enjoy that last gasp winner and drama at the death against Hereford, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the performance and how we're getting on in this series. For me, this might go down as one of my greatest achievements. I really thought we'd be getting relegated this year. I was expecting to be sacked by now, but those young lads fought so hard, and now we're in a really good position, and we just need to continue to improve the squad. So please, director of football, if you're listening, get me some more players, and let's see if we can make a real push for the playoffs here. If not, can we at least attract a team in the league above us, or maybe one competing for promotion at this level? If you enjoyed the episode though, please put a thumbs up on it. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content from my 2 long-term stories. This one, The Head Coach, which will be back in 2 days' time, and then our One Club Dorking Wanderer story that will return tomorrow. I'm really enjoying both and hope you are as well, and I hope you'll continue to enjoy following both series. A massive thank you again for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. If we could push on now for 1,100, that would be amazing. They're numbers I never thought would be possible at the start, but I've got such a motivation to do this now, and I'd love to make it part of my job long term. And then finally, I'm part of a football podcast. We do matchday vlogs and interviews as well. You can see the link to the latest matchday vlog up in the eye above. And you can also find us on Spotify as well, where we've got interviews with the likes of former Premier League referee Bobby Madley and Mark Palios, the Tranmere chairman. So a few footballing names having a chat with us. And if it's your sort of thing, then please do come and give it a try. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series as always. I really do appreciate it greatly. And I hope to see you next time for another important episode, as maybe we've got a surprise playoff push on the cards.